If your professional life feels a little chaotic, maybe even overwhelming lately, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're going to try to make some sense of that chaos. We'll explore the future of work and find a clear path forward through all the noise. So, let's dive right in.
This quote from McKinsey really just nails it, doesn't it? It's a huge mindset shift. The goal isn't to just, weather the storm and find some new normal. The storm is the new normal. The real challenge, and honestly, the opportunity, is learning how to thrive right in the middle of it all.
So let's start by just acknowledging the storm we're all in. We'll call this first part constant disruption.
Just think about your own life for a second. The lines between what your job description says and what you actually do every day, or between work hours and personal time, they're all getting blurry. It feels like the solid ground we used to stand on is constantly shifting, and the old rules, well, they just don't seem to apply anymore.
So what's the single biggest force driving all this change? I don't think it'll be a surprise to anyone. It's the incredible rise of artificial intelligence.
And our whole perception of AI is changing, like right before our eyes. Not long ago, it felt like this chaotic hype, another complicated tool that was just adding to our stress. But the vision for tomorrow is totally different. It's about AI becoming this indispensable ally, a true partner that helps us find clarity and actually supports our growth.
Of course, the first question on everybody's mind is a robot going to take my job? Well, the data suggests it's complicated. While yeah, some roles are projected to be displaced, we're talking around 9 million globally, the very same projections show AI could create even more jobs, something like 11 million. So the real story here isn't about a net loss of jobs, it's about a massive transition of roles.
But here's a really subtle and super critical problem that goes beyond just the job numbers. If AI starts automating all the basic entry-level tasks, how do new people get their foot in the door? How do you build a career when that first rung on the ladder is suddenly missing? This is what experts are starting to call the new experience gap.
Okay, so we've laid out the challenges. Now let's pivot from the problem to the solution. It's time to talk about the human-centered toolkit we're all going to need to thrive. Let's call these our new superpowers.
One of the coolest concepts for this new era is this term stagility. It just perfectly captures the tension we're all feeling. As employees, we want stability, a solid foundation. But our companies, they need to be incredibly agile just to survive and adapt. Stagility is finding that sweet spot, that perfect balance between those two forces.
So what's actually in this toolkit? Well, it's built on 3 core mindsets. First, adopting AI as a partner that makes us better, not a threat that replaces us. Second, treating resilience as a shared goal for the whole organization, not just, a personal burden to be tougher. And third, committing to lifelong learning and really understanding that skills are the most valuable currency we have now.
I love this idea of bouncing forward. It's so powerful. Resilience isn't about just getting back to how things were. It's about using challenges to actually leap ahead. And adaptability, that's about facing the unknown with curiosity, being ready to learn something new.
Okay, so we have our superpowers. Now let's talk about how we apply them to fundamentally redesign the places we work and the careers we want to build. This is a massive shift in how we think about careers. For decades, your degree was your main ticket to ride. Now, the focus is tilting heavily towards your skills. It's becoming less about the piece of paper you earned years ago and way more about what you can actually do right now.
And this isn't just some theory. Check out what a company like Standard Chartered Bank is doing. They give their employees these skills passports to show off everything they can do. Then an AI tool acts like a matchmaker, connecting them to new projects that fit their skills and unlocking career paths they might have never even known existed. It's pretty cool.
And this really gets to the bigger picture. Our individual effort is important, for sure, but it's not enough. The whole system needs to change. We have to fundamentally redesign our work environments, the culture, the tools, the internal structures, to build a foundation where everyone can be adaptable and resilient, together.
So, what does this all mean for you personally? Let's make this concrete and really actionable no matter what your job is.
This chart breaks it down for everyone. For the senior leaders out there, your mission is systemic. You've got to champion that skills-first culture and push for human-centered AI. For managers, it's all about leading by example, model what it means to be adaptable, and weave learning into the day-to-day workflow. And for all of us as individuals, it's about taking ownership. Go find a mentor, ask for feedback, and use your own data to drive your career where you want it to go.
And that really is the most important takeaway.
The future of work isn't some tidal wave that's just going to wash over us. It's a structure that's waiting to be built, brick by brick, skill by skill. And the only real question left is, what part are you going to build?